Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll be doing a room tour. First of all, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video. I'll be talking about them a little later on. But yeah, room tours aren't really a thing I do on this channel, but I thought this video would be relevant just because as a photographer, I'm constantly using my room for my photo shoots. It's basically a half bedroom, half photo studio at this point. I feel like I only clean my room when I'm taking pictures, but that is pretty often, so it does stay clean. If you've kept up with me, you'll definitely recognize my room. I share it a ton throughout my videos and my photos on Instagram, but I'm hoping that this video could give you some more insight on not only where things are from, but also how I utilize each and every corner of it in my photography. I'll also do my best to link everything that's featured throughout my room down below in the description if I can find it. So let's get into it. Alright, so upon walking in, I have this New York sign, which I got from Weathered Signs on Instagram a super long time ago. On the back of the door frame after walking in, I'll usually just hang up what I'm going to wear the next day, or I'll just hang up my favorite jackets and bags. Right to the left is a little couch that I got from Burrow. I feel like it's the perfect size for my room. I think it's fairly scratch and stain resistant as well, which is great because I do be eating in my room. I actually did burn it in a few spots from Christmas lights that got way too hot. But aside from that, it does have a built-in charger, which is pretty convenient. These pillows and basically every pillow you will see in my room are from Urban Outfitters. And this blanket here is from an Etsy seller. Here we have a Polaroid camera, and within this little stack we have my laptop, iPad, and Nintendo Switch, which I keep pretty close by to my bed. Right here is that infamous star projector that every person on the internet has. I think it's like 60 bucks, which is pretty overpriced for like a little projector in my opinion. But yet I still bought it, so like, I don't know. I'll definitely link it below if you're interested because it's pretty cool nonetheless. The lights above my couch I got on Amazon, which I will for sure also link because they're honestly super useful and pretty inexpensive, I think. They do get tangled a ton, but I've had to stop myself from putting these on every wall of my room. So I thrifted these records and hung them up with command hooks, and they surprisingly stay pretty secure. I find myself taking these down though if I want a more simple backdrop if I'm taking photos over here. I feature this little plant here in a lot of my photos. It's actually fake. It's from Home Goods and it's sitting on an empty camera box. Not sure why. Now moving over here, this light fixture is either from Lowe's or Home Depot. Not too sure which one, but I love the shape because at night the light bulb will cast a cool kind of pattern through it onto the ceiling. And speaking of the light bulb itself, it's definitely not that bright at all. So I'm glad that I also have this neon sign above my bed that brightens up my room way more. Although I do really like how these lights kind of complement each other in terms of like warm and cool tones. So I can quickly just switch one off or on depending on the vibe of the photo. The sign itself was custom created by Neon MFG for the release party of my first photo book, Luminescence. And this is definitely one of my favorite things in my room. You'll notice that a lot of the pieces in my bedroom face the window, so that if I'm ever filming or shooting and want a certain portion as a backdrop, I can make sure to take advantage of any natural light that is coming through. Also, constantly rearranging things can totally help change things up and re-inspire you, whether you're taking photos or not. My little nightstand here is honestly just filled with chargers, headphones, and random camera accessories, so we won't be looking inside. It's honestly a hot mess. But on top, we have a prism, some vintage cameras and lenses that were my grandfather's, and yet again, another neon sign from Neon MFG. Above, we have a print of one of my images as well as a few wall decals of my photos. These are actually available for purchase right now. They're a reusable peel and stick adhesive material, so they're super easy to hang up or take down. I tried to style my room with the thought of taking photos in mind, so each corner feels pretty separate from the others. My room is definitely not the biggest, but I've noticed that keeping these certain areas divided gives me more options for shooting. Below we have even more pillows from Urban Outfitters, as well as these fake yellow flowers which are attempting to cover up an outlet and not really doing their job. Moving over this way, we have my dresser with a bunch of little miscellaneous items on and around it. Underneath, I have a little black light setup, a mini disco ball, another one of my prints, and some simple colored poster boards that I got from a craft store. I also have this neon blue LED dream sign, which was a gift, but I did find the exact version on Amazon, so I'll for sure leave that below as well. And then I have this full-length holographic mirror, which I actually got from Bed Bath & Beyond, surprisingly. Moving up here, we have even more prints. And then here, we have the reality of what my room actually looks like behind the scenes. On top of the dresser, we have this little desk lamp with a color changing light bulb. You simply change the color or the pattern of the light through an app on your phone. We have another one of my prints, and some more vintage film cameras. This one is my favorite. It's the Nikon EM. On top of this little eye LED neon is a prism. I also have one of these homesick candles, which doesn't make much sense because I already am home, but it does smell good. So here we have some Metro cards that don't fit in my wallet, so I turned them into decor. And most of the items on this dresser are sitting on an actual map of New York. Above, we have this kind of chrome steel triangular wall shelf. I got this from Urban Outfitters a while back, and inside there's a ton of random stuff like extra light bulbs, some portrait film, phone cases, and other jewelry. I honestly forget half the stuff is in here sometimes, so this is honestly a good reminder. Over here we have an LED video light, which is on top of a light stand right now. This comes in handy when I find myself losing light on a certain part of my room if I'm shooting or capturing some kind of content. Below are a few smaller tripods I use for either my vlog camera or my phone. And then we just have some new Converse that I got recently. If we come over here, we have this pretty big light up headboard. This is yet again also from Urban Outfitters. I think everything in my room is at this point. I used to use this as an actual headboard, but it was low-key uncomfortable, so I brought it over here instead. Covering up another outlet here are these holographic poster boards. These create a super sick effect if shined in direct light. And this is my camera bag, which I got from Langley. This is like my second or third bag from them. I absolutely love their stuff. I also did a what's in my camera bag video a while back, so check that out if you're interested. On the window above, I have this rainbow sun catcher that can suction to any window. And when light shines through this directly, it creates this crazy rainbow effect all over my room. Super into it. And yeah, last but not least, we have my closet, which honestly just consists of hoodies at this point. Nothing too interesting. And then above that is another one of those Brandy Melville sort of signs. This one just says good vibes. So yeah, that's basically it. So there you have it. I hope this inspired you to maybe turn your own room into a photography backdrop, or just gave you some more insight on where I get my things that you see throughout my room and in my photos. I always like to remember that anyone viewing your own photographs only sees what you decide to put in it, so, you know, they don't have to know where you sleep. Before we go, I did want to talk about Storyblocks, the sponsor of today's video. So a huge thank you to them. They're a super useful service for not only me, but photographers and videographers like you guys all around the world. They offer a million different assets, from animated backgrounds to stock footage with no watermarks or copyright, and that is for both commercial and personal use. There are a ton of times for me when I need something for my own video or a client of mine, and it's super last minute and I can't actually go out and shoot it, and on Storyblocks you can actually find all of those different photos, videos, and templates for you to use throughout any of your visuals that you want and feel okay doing it. While exploring on their site, I came across a ton of different motion graphic packs that I ended up including in this video. So with Storyblocks, it's nice to know you can always elevate your content even from home. So check down below for the things you not only see throughout my room, but also so you can check out Storyblocks. But with all of that, I will see you guys very soon. Bye.